So Nebraska Mini Mart it's just like a bodega, right? It's just like a little.
Originally, it was a double-sided drive-through like farm store. So it had sliding glass doors on each side, and it was probably like a 700 square foot building. And then you would exit onto Nebraska. But it was attached to 2 more parcels, so it's technically 3 properties. It's about 1.3 acres.
It's a pretty good size.
Yeah, for sure. So we're trying to figure out, like Chon said, we were inspired by the concept in Wynwood. So it's like, how can we embrace the outdoor and then build on to the farm store to create a little bit of a restaurant? So that's what we did. We added like another 800 square feet building off to the side of it. We maintained a lot of like the microphone. You order your food, we call your name over the microphone through the PA system, like you still order at the window. So we try to keep some of that old school nostalgia. We kept the original sign and just kind of refurbished it slightly, and kept the name. It was the sign on the name on the sign was Nebraska Mini Mart. So that's why we kept it in that direction.
And it looks like vintage and retro and old school. It's kind of cool.
We pivoted on the food too. Originally, it was more of a like an upper like it was street fare too, kind of global street fare, I think is what we called it. But after COVID, we pivoted to burgers and fries. But the food was more complex, I think, when we started off.
Yeah, and how do you evaluate that? I mean, are you getting feedback from customers? How do you decide to make a shift like that?
On this particular concept, the shift and the idea happened during COVID because we shut down. At that time, we took Gallito and Nebraska Mini Mart, consolidated the menu, and sold it out of Rooster. So we created one menu that had 3 menus on it, Nebraska Mini Mart, Gallito, and Rooster, and did everything to go. And then Chon, one day, we're still paying for the property. It's just sitting there dark. And he's like, people were craving. I think at that time in COVID and, very beginning, everybody's freaking about money and economics. Everybody's, holding on to their money because they don't know what's going on. And they've started to, eat on the more affordable side. So burgers, he's like, dude, we should just do something with burgers and fries and see what happens. And
when we were like trying to figure it out, I was like, we should just do something like In-N-Out burger. And we were moving like super quick, and so we talked to the designer and asked him to put something together, and we called it NMM and out, like to kind of like remind people about In-N-Out.
Right, yeah.
And we had press like ready to help us like bring it forward, and the design came out like, and then we just pushed it to press. But I mean, it was like such a close knockoff of what it was, and so I think it was out for like 20 minutes, and their attorneys sent us a cease and desist.
That quick, 20 minutes.
Yeah, and they were like,
what do they have, like guys hawking this area?
Yeah.
Like they're on the West Coast. How do they even know?
Yeah, they found it, and then but they were super cool. I think they knew what everyone was going through, with COVID, and they just said they were just like, can you please change it? And we said yeah, but we'd already gotten all the press. And
that is wild how quick they were on you guys like that.
Yeah.
And why do they get to dictate what someone does here in Florida? That's kind of a weird thing.
If you
right?
saw how close it was, you would understand.
Was it literally like the same logo? Everything?
Yeah, pretty much. It was intentional by us. Like we wanted to riff it as much as possible and tote the line, and we did exactly that.
Did you ask them like, how close can we get with you guys being okay with it?
We already had the second piece of collateral created because we knew it would happen. We didn't think it would happen so quickly, but we just pivoted. But we had already made the splash in the media.
Yeah, we got so many impressions off of it, and like
it didn't matter.
It worked, yeah.
We couldn't keep up with the business that we had at that point.
Hey guys, if you want to watch the full episode of this clip, click right here. Make sure to subscribe by clicking right here. Thank you for watching.